We had all kinds of groups that came, but one of the very first groups, if not the first actual group that came from another area, was the Orthodox Jews. They showed up at our door, said, "What do you need?" And they got it, and they brought it. They never questioned. They never said, "Oh, well, we want to make sure." No, they said, "What do you need?" And they brought it with them. And they came here, somewhere that they don't, to be honest with you, tornado didn't affect New York. It didn't change everybody's day-to-day life. It changed ours. But they came down here and adjusted their schedule to help our schedule and to help us and help us help others. So, all in all, if people don't see the goodness in them, it's their fault because they ain't looking.
And the ones that came at first, who you were referring to, for the ones that don't know, was Alex Rappaport from
Alex
Mosbia?
Rappaport, Mosbia Kitchen.
And he's Hasidic?
Yes, he's a Hasidic Jew. And that was neat. You know that we don't have any Hasidic Jews around here. So, obviously, I feel like he might have been a little weary, not knowing. Just like we are totally opposite of what y'all are used to in New York. But at the end of the day, he welcomed us with open arms as we did him. And at the end of the day, the amount of love that just poured out of that man and the rest of the group that was here shows that there's no line Jewish, non-Jewish when it comes to helping. It's just helping. And people draw that line, but Alex didn't, and we didn't. And we've done some beautiful things since. As a Southern culture are stereotyped as well as being lower intelligence, things of that nature. I would love to hear any of these New York Times writers or anything come and actually ask me what my experience was with these kids, the rabbis, all these different personalities that came from the Jewish community down here to Western Kentucky to help out, to Eastern Kentucky to help out.
Amazing people.
It is. It's amazing that they could think that way when they live around it, and they could literally just walk next door probably and prove themselves wrong. It's sad that they can't experience what we've experienced, or they refuse to experience what we've experienced out of the Jewish community. I mean, we have had bonfires with these kids. I have spent hours upon hours with y'all's youth who are in school. I'll just be honest with you, they all have goals and dreams and they have plans. Like, I got to sit and have in-depth conversations with these kids. They have their heads screwed on straight.
Maybe that's what New York Times needs to do.
I think the New York Times needs to screw their head on straight.
And have some conversations with these kids.
These kids, they show.
And they're all from the yeshiva system?
Yeah. And we've hosted 3 or 4 different high schools now from the yeshiva system. And these kids come here and they were quick to ask about our culture and what we do and the differences, and they were quick to answer my questions, and everything was with intelligence. Were they goofy teenagers at times? Well, sure. But they were teenagers. But they were intelligent teenagers with a plan. To be honest with you, they had a lot more plans than a lot of other kids that I see nowadays. But we've had all these kids from Brooklyn and everywhere else come down with the high schools, and they all seem plenty intelligent to me. And they're kind, and they took time out of their own day to come all the way here to Kentucky to help out. And things like that, I think, come from people that don't take the time to go and talk with folks and to introduce themselves to other cultures out of whatever reason. Break out of your box. Go shake somebody's hand. Go talk to somebody. I think it's not very hard for the Jewish community to prove people wrong.